Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
This taken in at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. Back to throw. Cox. And his throw here's incomplete. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. Cox.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked off at the 33. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. So now you've got their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback standing at 6'5".
And what a first half of the season he's had, leading the NFL in passing yards to this point. It's been a tough man to slow down. So this defense certainly has its work cut out for him.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Morgan. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points.
We got 3, fellas, we got 3.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year.
And the Bulls on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Now, CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively because to me, it looked like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4, fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
The extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18.
Back to throw. Cox. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Well, they did go run, so you were right. Maybe a little more breathing room for 4th down.
Well, no one wants to be accused of playing it safe, right? But instead, they would just reverse it and say, we're playing it smart.
The Broncos send out their punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That catch good for only a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Throw complete to the tight end, Morgan. And he's going to be brought down. He needed to get to the 20. But he's a yard or 2 short. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Well, the coverage was tight that time. They allowed the pass underneath to him, but they rallied to him pretty fast, too. Converged on him and got him down. That'll bring up 4th down.
And Ron Rivera, he's going to keep the offense on the field. They're going for it. They'll try and run for it. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And the Broncos will take over on downs.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 4 catches, 57 yards.
And he was able to haul that pass in there, but he knows he's got a tough task ahead of him. This unit in the top 5 in the NFL against the pass. He's going to have to really work hard to get open.
Now Cox looking to throw on 2nd down. Looking to hit Matthews, but it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick 6, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visit. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski. That's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
Now the try here for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He's completed 4 passes so far in this game. The issue is 2 of them have been to the guys in the wrong colored jersey.
So I'd say there's a little bit of clouded vision. Right? Sometimes he sees clearly, sometimes he doesn't. I know on the sideline they'll be going over things and talk about what the coverages are and what they're seeing. So you used to look at the snapshots. Now you look at the Microsoft Surface Pro. He's got to analyze what he's seeing and be more accurate with the ball.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
They'll run on first down. It's Newton, and this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Second and 11 now.
Operating from the gun, Cox. Open target, here is Matthews. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now a give, right side, Newton. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And he'll give it here to his running back. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance.
And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off here, the 32. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Now the extra point. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. And I guess right now as we look at some of his struggles today, the term next play really applies here. He's got to move on.
I love where your head is on that because that's where his head needs to be, exactly what you've said. Yes, there have been mistakes made, but he's got to move on and play the next play as if it didn't happen, keep his confidence up. But how about the guys on the defensive side of the ball? They've got to be feeling great about what's going on right now. They've already gotten to him a few times. They want to keep that up. Maybe they can pick off a few more.
Well, they disrupted already for 3 INTs.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I've played with that have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Yeah, absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team was saying, yeah, we called him the disruptor. And that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Cox.
Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. And 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw again. He's going to air it out deep for Matthews. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off at the 24. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They felt they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
Denver's offense now set to go.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. From the gun, Cox. And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
A field goal try forthcoming now for the Broncos. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Taken at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense.
And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. They find some open field here. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He finds his man, complete. It's Morgan. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. The numbers for him from a week ago: 8 catches, 86 yards.
And he's number 6 in the league in receiving yards, and he plays for his team first. But he also, in the back of his mind, he's thinking, if I can get into the top 5, that might affect his bonus in his contract.
He finds his man, complete. It's Morgan. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
But that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going? Crashed down inside and tackled him for a loss.
3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. They're going to look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 37. To 3 is your score after 1. Second quarter now. It's Brooklyn in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. They'll set up to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 18.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And they've got it inside the 10 at the
8. We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Now back to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now they'll run it on the toss. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a good
touchdown. That's caught. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bulls are able to add on to their first half lead.
I know a lot of people look at these games and think, all right, this thing's done. Let's have some sportsmanship. Let's not try and score. You should never do that in the NFL. I've seen big leads blown, and teams that looked like they had a victory, all of a sudden were going home with a loss.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. So that one a long 11-play drive. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Taken in at the 3. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
He'll have a first down past the 40. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48.
Let's go. Let's go.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Cox. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it'll be 2nd down. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. The Broncos on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Ball had his hands on it. Couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Cox now throwing on 4th down. I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And as a result, possession switches hands. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you pumped the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. He'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. They bring their punter out there now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And a great job on special teams to down it as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
That's all. That's all. 59. 59.
On 1st down, it's Newton, and he'll work this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Operating from the gun, Cox. This is the tight end Fant. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Looking to throw. Cox. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, because he's looked pretty good to this point. And he's brought down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Second down and 7. They'll look to throw here. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Hey, we gonna do what we do.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. And to give this time to the tailback. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. The ball's still a few inches shy of the marker after the 3-yard run, so now a little soul-searching on 4th down.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. And from down... Ron Rivera scowling down on the sideline, and he's thrown out the red challenge flag. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
So for Ron Rivera, challenging that call turns out to be the right decision. 3 yards the gain there, second down. He'll look to throw. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw here. Forced out to his left. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and their lead will swell up to 28. So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up, Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. They have been red hot, sometimes white hot here in this first half. They're just looking to add to that total right now.
And this has to serve as a reminder to myself because so many times I get wrapped up in the play calling, how they've sequenced things, how it's run. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's still execution. Those guys out on the field, and right now they are locked in and really looking good.
They'll try to continue to be locked in here as we get ready to approach halftime. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down.
I think this defense, Charles, realizing the deficit they're facing, they're going to have to step up and make more plays like we just saw there.
Yeah, and those are the type of plays that can focus a defense because, as we know, they've had their trouble so far in this one. But they just proved to themselves that they can get to him, and I expect them to continue to bring that type of pressure in order to try and turn around their fortunes.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down.
It's just me and you. It's me and you. 24 is the mic. Come on.
They'll set up a throw. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's had a good chunk of carries. Problem is for very little success. I don't want to put it all on his shoulders, but that's a big reason they're losing right now.
Have to be very careful that he doesn't start pointing fingers. Offensive line obviously trying. The defense has done a nice job against him today. When it's all said and done, it's all about the guy in the mirror. He has to get it done better going forward.
See if he can look and do some soul searching now. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Cox. And my goodness, another interception. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And pick 6 extending this lead even further. Boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the 3rd quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
Point after here coming up. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded right at the goal line. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. Now, I'm not going to say you completely abandon the passing game, but it would really behoove them to get this running game going more.
That's the identity most teams are seeking. Able to establish themselves, control the game by running it, have to touch it multiple times in order to have success in this game.
And as we say, yeah, that's right. As we say all the time, that sets up the passing game. I feel like a broken record with that.
Listen, we can be broken records all we want. Bottom line is, lather up that big horse and let him run.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
They'll go option to the short side. And they're going to be waiting for him as they get him behind the line. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, Week 8 of the NFL season. We'll begin up at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. And it's the Vikings who are out in front. Terry McLaurin, a touchdown reception. From there, we head east to check out the Patriots at home in Foxborough. And they have the lead over the visiting New York Jets. Mac Jones with a couple of touchdown passes. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Justin Herbert with 2 touchdown passes. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for the Broncos in that first half. And they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, on the other side, they had a little more success than their counterparts did in the passing game, as evidenced by the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball. And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big play there on the catch and run.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Back to throw again. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this is caught at the 8. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
A lot of deflated looks on that defense. It seems like they just cannot find a way to get a key stop on 3rd down. Here's another conversion, and now this offense, they're in a position to go up even further as they've got it 1st and goal.
They'll look to throw again. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. And the sack leads to roughly a loss of 6, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
So 1st down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown! A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bulls take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the 2nd half. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the 1st half. And that trend is continuing here.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the defense. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it. Sometimes it's hard to believe, but There are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
To throw is Cox on first down. Under pressure, and down he goes. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack. This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to him. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
Here's Cox to throw on second down. Going deep here for Allen. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Going deep here for Matthews. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It's a big play there for the Broncos. Now look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in a cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
This will be caught. Judy. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Now here's the call. Winds up a very good call there defensively to challenge that one, as that now will wind up an incomplete pass. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
Partner, when you see a screen pass and the defensive tackle ends up making the play, you know that one wasn't sold well at all because he should be upfield by the time you throw the pass. If not, you end up with big trouble, as we just saw right there.
So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it online, but it comes up about a rotation short. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise. And that'll deny him a shot at 3.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And they had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. He's going to loft one deep left side here. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. It's a big play there. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football. This is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs like those, look out.
And that one, and even 60 yards in the air. Wow.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6.
And put it on the board. It's 6, a touchdown. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Bulls get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Just a great individual effort there to take that pop pass and scamper off into the end zone.
And that's why offenses love that play partner, because that gives them a chance to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers with a full head of steam behind them. It's often like a track relay. Legs 2, 3, and 4. That first guy steaming ahead, and he just hands it to you, and you get a chance to take off and go before you even get the baton.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return.
And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. And Denver getting set to take the field. Now, they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team, because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Looking to throw. Cox. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play, because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. They'll run on 1st down. Newton. There's a nice move. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Newton, and he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Cox. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. On 1st down, Newton. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. From the gun, Cox. And Matthews over the middle with a grab.
Yeah, the Broncos are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. And worth pointing out, after that last completion, that puts this young quarterback over 10,000 yards passing for his career. And fair to say, he's not done yet.
No doubt about it. He's really just getting started because he's not quite into the prime of his career. So it's likely he's going to hit a few more of these milestones as this career progresses. So let's face it, we'll acknowledge this number and we'll celebrate the milestones down the road.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Newton. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
A field goal try forthcoming now for the Broncos. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is indeed good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag?
I was just going to say
get
that.
Out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the 1st quarter, good 2nd quarter, and now continuing that here in the 3rd.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now we've got whistles, and the man slow to get up here is Jones. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. So they bring out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Denver's offense ready to go again. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
Cox on 1st and 10. This is Fant on the short completion. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
2nd down at 4.
Back to throw. Cox.
That's going to be caught by Judy. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Now Cox throwing on 1st down. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
And not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the fourth. Cox now looking to throw on second down. And Matthews has it right side. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. Looking to throw. Cox. And he can't escape, and down he goes. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to fourth.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
The Broncos send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And this team continues to stake its claim as Super Bowl favorites. They are now eyeing an 8th straight win as they begin this drive here in the 4th quarter. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
And this offense on third down today, they're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. Here it's 3rd and 3. Over the middle, complete. That's Morgan. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game and moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Back to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Morgan. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He'll get this into the hands of Bird. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And this is caught. And he will take it in for the touchdown. Big play there. With his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year.
And the Bulls add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead will swell by one more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
To throw is Cox on first down. He finds his target, Allen. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Cox. In trouble, and he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
And you could say that is just another cherry on top for this defense, that entire team. But really, this defense has sparked what's been an impressive effort here in this one.
And notice you used the word sparked, because you're not seeing that on the other side of the ball, are you? The offense right now, the spark has left their game, and it's been because of what you described, that defensive pressure.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Back to throw. Cox.
Yeah, he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
Here's Cox. Throwing on 3rd and long.
Open man. He completes it to Judy.
They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And he'll get this one up to about his 14. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3. They'll set up to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Morgan. And he will get the 1st down as he's up to the 20-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And this Bronco defense really selling out to stop the run, and it pays off. They get them behind the line twice in a row. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
A pair of negative running plays, and now they're looking up at a 3rd down. It's 17 to go.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And they'll send out their punter now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone.
We play to win.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the home team here,
they continue to cruise as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign.
And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Denver, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.